What's up, everybody? It's Apocalypse Phoenix with Apocalypse Phoenix Says podcast. That's one of my latest singles, Mr. Get Lifted. You can hear it on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, Pandora, all music streaming services. You can even, your Instagram filter, TikTok filter, Snapchat, type in Apocalypse Phoenix. My music will pop up there too. You know what I'm saying? Get the word out, y'all. Yeah, but today's video, this video is going to be about Candace Owens. I actually like her. I know clickbait. I made it look like I didn't like her. I like Candace Owens. If you don't know who Candace Owens is, she's I want to say like, she's a political, what would it be? She's into politics. She speaks on politics. She's not, a representative. She hasn't gotten into politics, but she speaks on it. Of course, a political correspondent. A lot of what she does has to do, politics. But she also has a podcast, the Candace Owens podcast, where she talks about, a lot of stuff I like to talk about, things going on in life. And I just saw this video. I really liked it. She talks about how, men are a lot, how what's going on now is, men are blamed for a lot of things and women are just seen as victims and it's always just woe is me, that victim mentality and shaming men, And so Candace actually, talks about how Vladimir Klitschko, who was Hayden Panettiere's husband, she talks about how he actually stepped up and he was being a good dude by stepping up and taking their daughter while, Hayden Panettiere was battling depression, substance abuse, and all kinds of stuff. So you're going to hear about it in the video. And, before we get to the video, I just downloaded a new King James Version Bible app. And today's prayer it's from Romans 6:11. Likewise reckon ye also yourselves to be dead indeed unto sin, but alive unto God through Jesus Christ our Lord. Amen. So we'll get into that video with that. So let's go, y'all.
Start with Hayden Panettiere. In case you guys don't know who Hayden Panettiere is, she's an actress, and I'm going to remind you why you do know her. Honestly,
So Candace is gonna let you guys know where you know her from. I remember her from that series Heroes. Remember that? Like mutants and stuff like that. It was, to me, it was pretty big on TV, I think, if I remember right. Yeah, I loved it. I loved that show, man. And I was definitely in love with Hayden Panettiere. She was looking good, man. I was just like, damn. But so that's what I remember from. Candace is gonna let you guys know what other
I
stuff she's
think
been in.
her best work. Remember the Titans? Such a good
Remember the
movie.
Titans.
Back when
Oh,
we used
okay.
to have productive conversations about race.
She was a little so she's been an actress for a long time. She's a child actress. That just kind of says a lot right there in itself. She's been around Hollywood for a long time, all that weirdness, and then you wonder why she has some problems in her adult years. I was gonna say something. Okay.
It felt like America was all together in recognizing the harm to the past and wanting to move forward into an actually progressive future. Yeah, Hayden Panettiere played the child. Remember the blonde girl who was so likable and helped her dad coach? And remember the Titans?
You guys see me adjusting a lot, whatever. I'm trying to get, work on my posture, have my shoulders back. I do have the Jordan Peterson book, 12 Rules for Life, and it's like shoulders, chest out, shoulders back. Have good posture. It helps. So if you guys see me fidgeting, it's because I'm working on my posture.
That is who she played, and now she's done a lot more. She's on a TV show that's called Nashville. But I want to talk about this cultural.
I don't watch a lot of TV now. Everything has an agenda about it. They got to get the message in there. There's has to be some kind of lesbian or gay couple, or trans or yada yada. Like, you always just have to, like, even though it's like all about inclusion, and we're talking about inclusion of this marginalized group, that consists of like at max 2% of the population. To me, I really believe it's like 0.005% of the population that's actually gay and transgender, and all of that all together. To me, it's like 0.0005% of the population. I think I gave it another zero on that one, but I don't. This is all people just going crazy, man. And this is for Hayden Panettiere, man. Like I said, I used to think you're bad, but after this, because guess who she gets involved with, man? Of course, the still bald Jada Pinkett Smith. Of course, she's gonna get involved with her, talking about doing some dumb shit. But yeah, because basically she gave away her rights to her kid, and now she's blaming it on Klitschko.
A moment where she appeared on Red Table Talk. Red Table Talk is a talk show that is run by Jada Pinkett Smith, Will Smith's toxic wife. And the reason I want to discuss it is because I often bring up this idea that I feel is penetrating American society that makes manhood obsolete. No matter what, the man is wrong. No matter what, the man can do no good in a relationship. Yep. And I had followed.
Look at all the TV shows and movies, the leads like Hawkeye and Falcon, or, now Captain America and Falcon, Ben Kenobi, they're all these bumbling idiots. Homer Simpson, we had Modern Family, where we saw, the guy who used to play Bundy and all Married with Children, and he played an idiot too. It's like, for a long time now, they've been making men to be like just big old dummies, even though, yeah, there are a lot of dumb dudes, but there are a lot of smart men, and we don't see a representation of that. There's actually a lot of smart guys out there who built the world, who's been out here building this world, who is out here taking care of this world, infrastructure, talking about like internet, who built the web, who maintains it, you know what I'm saying? It's all men. Bridges, trains, railroad fucking tracks, highways, byways, all that shit, man. It's all men. But we're the idiots, we're the dummies, we're the ones that it's all our fault, because we created a patriarchal society.
Hayden Panettiere on her spiral. She had a public spiral. And the reason why I followed her is because it was interesting at the time when I was pregnant to consider that perhaps this woman began this spiral because she suffered a very traumatizing birth. So Hayden Panettiere, she's a very small person, and she came out in interviews after she gave birth and basically said that her child tore her apart on the way out, and it caused postpartum depression, which it's very real for women. I want to say this very clearly. I felt so sad for Hayden Panettiere. It was obvious that she was struggling. She was putting herself into rehab more than one time. She went to rehab to deal with postpartum depression.
I'm not laughing at her pain.
Her body wasn't her own. I mean, those moments of sadness, whether or not we're being extreme and always referring to as depression, it is so natural. It's such a period of adjustment for women. You just give birth, you either have your first child, and your entire life kind of has.
See, and that's something like men will never understand. We do have. Like when, she hits on it when kids are young, they're like fragile to us. We kind of seem like we don't know what we're doing, especially if it's our first kid. We don't know what the fuck we're doing. Both parents, a lot of times. But for the most part, the woman, the mom, has a better time, has a better job adjusting, taking care of the kid. One, because she spends more time with the baby, so she has more practice with changing and carrying and feeding. A lot of times a guy has to go back to work, after the baby's born. So he doesn't get a lot of that time and practice with the baby. So it takes guys longer to get comfortable with taking care of our kid.
to change and it shifts. Your body is not your own, by the way. If you're breastfeeding, it's not your own. If you're not breastfeeding, you feel guilty about the fact that you're not breastfeeding. I mean, there are...
Yeah, you know, like guys don't understand this stuff. And they don't talk about this. They don't talk about it much in the mainstream. You know, it's all, yeah, be boss babes. You're boss babes. You're the strongest man. Yeah, ladies, we don't need a man. Oh, yeah, we are so strong and everything. Why don't they talk about this? Like, it's a big deal with women, apparently, postpartum depression. You know, what having a baby can do to your body. You know, and not feeling like your body's yours because, you know, you got to breastfeed, you know, it's what the baby wants, you know, your body, like, that's what she's saying, like, you know, you can feel like your body is yours because, you know, you want to be doing this or that, but this baby needs to be fed, and so you feel like you're just like a baby feeding machine sometimes, I'm guessing, you know. I'm sure it doesn't feel good, you know, a lot of changes, you got to used to work and hanging out, you know, a lot of big changes, you know, for the guy at that young age. Yeah, he can't feed the kid, can't feed the baby, so he's not, again, involved a lot. So you feel like it's all on you. I can get it, I understand it, but I'll never understand that feeling. You know what I'm saying? But I can see how women can go through a lot of stuff. Again, shit we don't hear about. You hardly ever hear about postpartum depression and stuff like that, and women's mental health when it comes to having children. You don't hear about none of that. It's you're a boss, babe. You strong. You a king, a woman king now. Like, you know, we need to be talking about shit that really matters, man.
A lot of what I believe to be natural, understandable emotions that women go through after they give birth, despite the fact that being able to have children, have family, it's a wonderful miracle, and it's something that we should never take for granted. So I was particularly interested in this Hayden Panettiere story because so many things seemed to go wrong for her after this. She checked herself into rehab, as I mentioned prior, a few times, and she began struggling she's admitting this, by the way, began struggling with substance abuse issues. Now, at the time, she was married.
Child actress with substance abuse problems? What?
Actually, I think that they were just engaged. Her ex-partner was Vladimir Klitschko. You may recognize that name because he is Ukrainian and he is...
And now you know why that baby fucked their shit up from the inside. She got a fucking beast. Vladimir Klitschko, two-time heavyweight boxing champion. I know it was at least once. Pretty sure two-time at least. But the motherfucker's like 220, 230, all fucking just muscle, 6'4" or some shit like that. What is Vladimir Klitschko? Let's see. And Hayden Panettiere, bro, she's like 5'1". Let's see. All right, let's see. How tall is Vladimir Klitschko and how much does he weigh? 240 pounds. 6'6". 6 feet, 6 inches, 240 pounds. How tall is Hayden Panettiere and how much does she weigh? Hayden Panettiere is 5 feet. And she's 5 feet, 117. Damn. He blew her pussy out. Bah! From the inside. They had a giant. She had a giant falling out of her. He wrecked that.
Involved in Ukrainian politics.
That coochie
and
is
he's a
wrecked.
Boxer, a world-renowned.
That coochie is wrecked. I no longer like Hayden Panettiere, bro. Her shit is wrecked.
Boxer. So at the time she was with him, and because she was struggling with these various substance abuse issues, and because she was in and out of rehab, she eventually signed over full custody of Kaya. That's her little girl.
Signed over custody.
That was in 2018. But now, in this Red Table Talk interview, she is claiming that it wasn't really a mutual agreement to do so. And she felt that Kaya was just going to go over and visit him in Ukraine like she always did. But once the little girl got to Ukraine, Klitschko told her that he wanted full custody. So she's painting the picture like she wasn't in a good place. She goes off to rehab, and Klitschko kind of convinces her to sign some papers and ends up with full custody. Take a listen of what she actually said on Red Table Talk.
I also remember her dad calling me and he said, Kaya's going around and asking other women if she can call them mommy. And my, breath.
Bald. Say it along with me. Bald. I'm like Austin Powers, like when I see her. Like it's something to do with the mole. Now every time I see Jada Pinkett Smith, JPS, I'm just like bald. You know, that's what got Chris Rock slapped. That's all I can think about now when I fucking see you. Bald.
Pitched and my heart stopped and he was laughing. He thought this was funny.
He's
and
a monster.
Was horrifying to me. He didn't get it as
Klitschko's a monster. My daughter wants to call other women a mom. Oh, you laughed at me. Lying. Or maybe he did do it. It's probably being a bitch or something like.
It was to me who saw, that's a trauma reaction. I mean, as much as I have tried to explain how much she needs her mom and how it's going to rear its ugly head later when she's older, and it could turn into anger, depression, sadness, whatever it is, but it's going to be a trauma.
I thought this was an agreement that you came to, that you felt it was best that your daughter be with her dad.
At first it was not, because it wasn't a discussion.
Okay.
It wasn't, if he had come to me and said, I think because of where you're at right now and the struggles that you're having, it would be good for her to, be over here with me for a while.
Right.
To which I probably, if I had had enough of a conversation, would have said, okay, that makes sense. I get it. I'll come there, to visit and stuff like that. Because of the way that it was done, it was very upsetting.
Oh, no.
I mean, it was the worst. Signing those papers was like the most heartbreaking thing I've ever had to do in my life.
Boom! Candace is gonna hit on it, but you just heard her fucking say she signed the papers, so her story don't add up, bruh. Like, come on. But Klitschko took your child, but you signed papers, and that was the hardest thing you ever had to do? So you knew you were signing papers that was giving up all your rights of your daughter, and you did it anyways. How were you tricked? I understand you feel bad and you feel stupid later, probably because you weren't sober or some shit, which is, hey, all the more reason if I can take the kid from you. If you don't know what you're doing, or you know what you're doing and you do it anyways, you can't go and cry about it later and say somebody tricked you. That's on you. And again, she's on this talk trying to blame Klitschko for doing what he's supposed to be doing, for being a good dad, for being a hero. I say he is a hero for all, for men, for all men that want to aspire to be good dads. The mom ain't taking care of herself, ain't taking care of the baby. Man, I got my child. I got our child then. Since you out here wanting to be in the streets, you want to be going loco and something else is more important to you than your child. Again, not saying that there isn't some postpartum depression, but you still have a duty. You still have a responsibility. And you can be taking care of your child while seeking, some mental health help. But abandoning your kid, that's your choice, man.
So you get it. It's a bunch of women sitting around feeling very bad for her because she's lost custody of her daughter Kaya, but she also signed.
And that's why I let it play. I wanted you guys to hear the story as it was, straight from her mouth. I didn't stop it. You got to hear it from beginning to end about how he took the kid from her. He took our baby, and then I signed the papers, and it was the hardest thing I ever had to do in my life. What? You gave up your kid, and now you're just trying to get some sympathy for it, some virtue points. Oh, he took my kid. He's an evil man. This is the climate right now that you can do that and get away with it, and you're gonna have hell of people giving you sympathy. But there is a group of people that aren't down with this bullshit. Thank you, Candace Owens. You've been doing it for a long time. I am also doing a response to this video because some of you people might not know who Candace Owens is. She's new to me, so there might be people that follow me, and now you're gonna know who Candace Owens is and get into her stuff and see what she has to talk about, what she's been doing, and then you'll see and notice that there is a large group and it's a growing group of people that are for the truth. You know what I'm saying? And so that's why I'm reacting to this, to get the word out, get the message out. Men are being put down. Men aren't being valued. So, you know what I'm saying? If you're a man and you feel like that, you have to value yourself. And you have to do something to create value. You can't just be laying around like some lazy fuck. All right? All fat, all lazy, scared to talk to women. These are all skills that you can get better at. Get to doing it. Get cracking, motherfuckers. Because there was a point where I was a shy guy, individual, blah, blah, blah. I got over it. I just talk to women. If you have a hard time talking to women, here's a little tip. Start with cashiers. Start with waitresses. Don't try to be, just, hi, how you doing? Hi, how's your day? Start with that. Just, hi, how you doing today? Good, cool. You'll get comfortable with that, and then keep from there, it's kind of, you'll start, give a little compliment, respond to their response, have a short conversation, you get better at it, you know what I'm saying? But get better. You have to get better as a man, you have to be better, all right? And then you can then do things like take care of your children if the woman that you have children with starts fucking being all stupid. You got the means in the way. You can even get a girl. You can even get a girl. You got to get better to even get a girl to have kids with, man. Come on. Step it up, dudes. On that part, man, we need to step it up as men, which is, again, why I'm doing what I'm doing, to show you that it can be done. Because I'm coming from a point where I was so brainwashed down the leftist Democrat agenda that if I would have heard Candace Owens a year or two ago, I would have been like, she's a Nazi. I'd have been crying with all these leftists for every fucking little thing that tickled my fancy the wrong way, but I'm not now, I'm saved. Jesus saved my life. The Holy Spirit saved my life, is in me, and I have a mission, and I'm about it, and I'm doing it. Obedience and discipline is going to get you a long way. Be disciplined to the Lord, to Jesus Christ. That's what we need in this world. That's what we all need in this world. So, that's like gonna get us. It has all the answers there, man. But we're gonna keep doing these videos because this message needs to keep going out.
In the papers, so it's not exactly like she didn't know that she was going to lose her daughter, but she paints it as if she did. And she just thought she was going to go to Ukraine like she always does, but now realizes that no, I actually signed over full custody. And this is really wrong. This is a really bad cultural moment because first and foremost, they should have pushed back on her. The story makes no sense. She's saying that Kaya already used to frequent Ukraine, which means that young Kaya has a passport. I know this, obviously, because my children have a passport and they frequent England to see to see their father's side of the family, right? You need both parents present to get a passport. You don't need both parents present to then travel thereafter. Meaning that if my husband wants to get on a plane right now with my son and go to the UK, he can do that. So why did Vladimir Klitschko, after her daughter already had a passport and had visited Ukraine multiple times, why did he suddenly bring her papers? Yeah. Clearly, she must have known that these papers weren't just to grant her what she already had.
So that's cool. That's some good info. Thanks for dropping that, Candace. If you're married to somebody in another country, your child can get a passport for that country. And as long as you guys are married, because you guys are married, you don't have to get permission from the other parent, like in writing and shit. Like, hey, hun, taking the children to go visit mom in England or wherever country you're from. yeah, we're married. It's your kid. Of course, you can take a kid. You don't need written permission for me to take a child. We're married. We're together. So I mean, yeah, you don't need no kind of law to take a kid out of country if you're from another country, and all that stuff. Yeah, why would you need written permission and shit? So again, she knew something was different. She explained that she knew signing those papers was the hardest thing ever because she knew she was giving up her fucking kids, all of her rights to her kid. She knew this shit. She's playing the victim card, man.
Access to Ukraine. Clearly, they were going through a situation in which she was struggling by her own account of substance abuse issues. She was in rehab. And he did something that is, in my opinion, heroic. Okay,
yes.
He took care of the little girl.
Yes.
He understood that the mother was not in a good mental space, right?
Yes.
At the time,
because he's a good guy and he stayed on his shit. He's all about business, and I believe he's into politics. So it's like, yeah, he doesn't have the luxury.
He was choosing to abuse substances over choosing to raise her child. Again, that is not to make it seem as though I am not sympathetic to what she went through. I do honestly believe her and her account of what happened. But she was going through a tough time.
Yeah. And people will get fucking mad that she said that. What? Addiction's a disease. But when it comes to the choice of my child, my family, or continuing to do the substance, I know I have had substance abuse issues in the past, so I know you're choosing. You make the choice. My daughter was here, spend time with my daughter, or go to the event, or do this substance. I chose the substance. You know what? After a while, I stopped. I chose to stop the substance, and then I chose to be in my daughter's life more, and that's what I choose to do. It's all a choice. You become addicted to the substance because you choose to use it in the first place, and you choose to continue to use that substance over and over and over again until you become addicted. So even if you become addicted the first fucking time, you chose to do that drug. So it's your responsibility, it's your fault, and it's up to you to fucking get off the drug. And getting off the drugs means going to rehab, then go to fucking rehab. I can do it on my own. No, the fuck you can't. Don't fucking be out here blaming other people for your fucking bad decisions. There are consequences to bad decisions. I have fucking dealt with a whole lot of fucking consequences to my dumbass decisions. Nobody is above it. Can't go around blaming other people. You don't fucking learn anything.
Here is what she was going through. Ready?
You keep making the fucking same stupid ass mistakes when all you're doing is blaming other people for your fucking bad decisions. That's all you do is just keep making more fucking dumb decisions. Take responsibility.
She checked into a treatment facility battling postpartum depression following the birth of her first child. In May 2016, she returned to treatment. Recently, in case you're thinking, well, that's years ago, and you can understand that now she may want to be more a part of her daughter's life. Recently, in May of this year, 19, 20, she was involved 21, 22, in a fist fight outside of a restaurant with her boyfriend. I don't know if this is still her boyfriend. His name is Brian Hickerson. He had been arrested for domestic abuse against her recently. He was on probation. And if you go and you...
What? So you don't just jump to that point. Yeah, she went to rehab in 16 and in 17. And then 4 years later, she was involved in a fight with her boyfriend after he was been arrested for domestic violence against her. Like, you don't just slide into that. It's 4 years later, but she just didn't slide into that. Like, that was a build up to all that. So even though she hadn't been to rehab in 4 years, she's been involved in that life, as you see. So it's good that their child isn't with her. It's good that Vladimir Klitschko took his daughter to Ukraine to get her away from this crazy lady, Hayden Panettiere, who's out here boxing with her boyfriend outside of a restaurant. in LA, in a very posh place because she lives a very, very nice life. Hey, that she's worked hard for to get and all that, whatever. I'll give her all that. But look what she's choosing to do with it. She with all this glamour and money and all the stuff that comes with her acting career and all the accolades and all of that. She's choosing to fucking throw it away for fucking abuse of drugs, abuse, against our partner and against her. Like these are her choices, man. You telling me going to rehab, she didn't learn about like what your choices get you, how to make better choices, and that it is up to you, and get a support group, hang around with people that are sober and doing healthy things, don't hang around with people that are prone to fucking smack the shit out you, you know what I mean? Like, so she knows what the fuck she's doing. She's not a little kid anymore. She has a kid. She was married to a professional boxing world champion. So tell me that he didn't expose her to just a level of life that was awesome, but that had rules and responsibilities and taking care of shit. And just her as an actress having to do roles and be there on time. Like, you're telling me she doesn't know how to live life properly? You're telling me she doesn't know that taking drugs and being involved in violence isn't bad for her? You're telling me that she doesn't know this shit? That she's not choosing to continue to go down this route? It's her choice. When you make bad decisions, unless somebody's like super manipulating you, it's like it's up to you. It's on you. It's your fucking fault. Take responsibility for making dumb fucking decisions, because then you will start learning. Then you'll learn to make better decisions when you start taking responsibilities. Because you're dealing with the consequences. You always have to deal with the consequences. But if you don't accept responsibility, you'll continue to deflect it to somebody else, and you won't learn your lesson, and you'll make bad decisions over and over and over again. Trust me, I've been through this shit. I had to learn.
Outside of a restaurant in California this year, right? The camera.
She ain't learning her lesson. She's not learning, man. She's still doing the same old shit. 4 years later, after her last
it's being alleged stint, that her boyfriend,
after her last stint at rehab, she's still doing the same shit. 4 years later, she's not learning shit. She's still deflecting.
On a patron inside, and this led to a brawl outside. And as she's jumping in the brawl and trying to pull her boyfriend out of the circumstance, she's saying to him over and over again, "Jail, Brian, jail, Brian, jail," because she's reminding him that he is on probation for domestic violence. That if he gets arrested again for this brawl, he's going to get a straight ticket back to prison.
And she don't want him to go to jail. She can't live without him and the love of her life. No, don't go to jail. You violent piece of shit. Smack me up, smack up somebody in the restaurant for fake, probably disrespecting you, blah, blah, blah. You can't control your emotions. Like, you're like a woman. So you're going to fight everybody and slap your woman around.
So it is, to me, a PR for these women to sit around in a circle.
Don't go to jail.
Like this was a story.
Yeah, they didn't even, so they're not saying nothing about her. Like, why are you protecting your boyfriend? Like, hey, here's this article. Why are you protecting your boyfriend that was out on probation for domestic violence against you? Why are you not letting him go to jail when he's over here trying to start another fight? Why are you putting yourself in the middle of this fight? Like, why? They didn't ask you about none of that shit. Why are you still doing dumb shit right now, girl? What the fuck's wrong with you? No, it's, Vladimir Klitschko stole my kid. After I signed the papers, giving up my rights to my daughter, he kidnapped her. Oh, I didn't know it was coming. Oh.
From a long time ago in which Vladimir Klitschko took advantage of her. It's not. This is a woman who is struggling for real reasons, right?
But I want to feel bad for her, man.
Still struggling to create a safe environment for her child. Now, I understand how Hollywood works. She probably called her PR agent. She is probably trying to repair her public image, and all of that is aspirational, and all of those things are good.
Trying to be that little, nice girl next door. I'm the girl next door. No, I'm a good girl. not been involved in drugs and domestic violence and all kinds of shady shit. It's not me.
But what is more aspirational and what is even more good is the fact that there is a man who, despite how difficult it is early on for men to be a part of the infant stage, when really the infant just needs its mother, it just needs milk. You will, when you get married, if you are married and listening to this, you understand this. If you have children, men don't really know what to do in those early days. They're confused, despite all of it.
It was hard with my daughter, but I did what I did. I learned. You love your child. You want to do this for your kid. So to know that a mother's choosing not to do this, that is like, it takes a lot to make a mother not want to take care of your kid.
Vladimir Klitschko stepped to the plate and he saved his daughter from an erratic household. Yes, he took her to Ukraine, but it is a great injustice not to acknowledge
not
this
now.
Heroic. Yes, it is true.
I bet they're not there right now. Of course, they're not there right now. Like, if he's there fighting, he got his family out. His daughter is safe somewhere. You know what I'm saying? Ukraine.
She is saying children need their mothers, but they also need mothers that are stable.
Yep.
And they also need their fathers that are willing to step to the plate, as Vladimir Klitschko did, if their children need help. All right, guys, the next portion of the...
Yeah. So that's Candace Owens. You can check her out on YouTube, Candace Owens Podcast, or just Candace Owens. That's her channel right there. Candace Owens Podcast. Okay, that's the name of this channel here. She has lots of good content. So thank you for that. Thank you for checking out the video. What do you think about these women blaming men for everything? If we're not standing up for ourselves, it's the easy way out, and especially how we're being portrayed in the media. We're an easy out. So we got to step up. We got to talk for what's really going on. We got to bring back a manly man, and a manly man doesn't believe in violence against a woman, all right, for any reason. So that's not the kind of man we're talking about. We're talking about a manly man that has confidence, that takes lead, that leads and loves his family and provides shelter and security for them. That's what kind of manly man that we're talking about, all right? So thanks for checking out the video. Keep your eyes out for the next one. Hit the like button, subscribe, share, all that good, all that goodness. You know what I mean? To keep this message going out. You know what I'm saying? If you're having a hard time, turn to Christ. He has the answer. This is the way, the real way. So check out my music. I'm on Spotify, Apocalypse Phoenix. There's my album, Meet My Ego. I have 2 singles that are out, and I just uploaded 2 new singles. It is West Coast. That one is with the homie DJ Static, out of Fresno, California. And you can find his music on Spotify, on SoundCloud. He got beats. Check out DJ Static, and he also goes by Static Supreme. Static, STATDIK SOOPREME, or DJ STATDIK, DJ Static. He's on the song West Coast, which that one it's gonna be uploading. I'm uploading that one. I just need to get some information from him. Then I'll upload that one. The one that is up right now that I did upload is it is a static beat. I got the beat from DJ Static. I told you he got his beats. So that song is Doctor Who. Check out that new single, Doctor Who. I just uploaded it, so as soon as it's up on Spotify, you're going to be hearing it. I will let you know it's out, but I'm uploading new music. I'm telling you, I got music in queue, man, to be uploaded. I'm just going to be dropping like 1 or 2 every week till the end of the year, man, because I'm in my mode right now, man. I'm making music on top of music. I got my brother and my nephew. We involved. They both got music out. My nephew is 2KJ on SoundCloud. You can look him up. You can look him up. It's 2K and JAY, 2KJ. And my brother, he got some music out on Spotify, Apple Music, Tidal, Deezer, all the music streaming services. They go by World's Most Crew. They have an album out now. It is World's Most Crew, Top of the World. They got some hits, some blammers on there, some some slaps. I'm all over the place right now. But you check out the album, man. We make good music, man. This is what music is about. You know what I'm saying? You tired of that radio shit? You tired of I heard some stuff today on the radio. I was like, is this like a commercial for something? Is this 90s commercial? This is supposed to be like rap. It sounded like a 90s commercial, so cliched and poppy, but this was supposed to be like some rap. Some chick was rapping. I was like, is this sounds like a commercial for Gap or something from back in the day? Like that's so if you're tired with all that whack garbage on the radio, man, check out Apocalypse Phoenix. Check out 2KJ. Check out World's Most Crew. You know what I'm saying? Good fucking music. And there's a whole squadron of people here in Cali, in Fresno, California, man. There's so much talent here, man. And this is just the beginning. This is just the beginning. The web is being spun. My legs and my arms are getting stretched. And we're going to connect this city. And the hits and the music that's going to come out of Fresno, man. Y'all don't even know what's out right now. Check up on us if you don't know. Because you will know in the next couple of years, man. This shit is on and cracking. The music we got is fire. I'm telling you. Mr. Get Lifted, out now. The Matrix, out. By Apocalypse Phoenix. Check it out. You can find me on Instagram, apocalypse.phoenix. You can find me on TikTok, Apocalypse Phoenix 79. You can find me on Twitter at Apocapho, APOCAPHO, Apocapho on Twitter. Rumble, Apocalypse Phoenix. I said TikTok. YouTube, official Apocalypse Phoenix. Man, check me out. I'll see you on the next video. God bless. Take care, man. Peace.